Is it just me, or sometimes life really does feel like a video game? Well, I do certainly feel that way. So let's do a comparison between video game and between real life. Press start to begin. The first feature which every single video game have and our life has as well, it's called the map. Every game comes with a map. It could be a 2D map or it could be a 3D map. For example, in Pac-Man, there is a two-dimensional map where the Pac-Man lives and the other villains of the game also live. He can travel through tunnels, he can eat berries, fight his monsters. He and other side characters also follow the physics of this world. This same concept can also be applied to other bigger AAA games as well. For example, in Horizon Zero Dawn, we have Dawn, the main character. She hunts machines, fight machines, and even craft items. She too follows the principles of her world. Now, coming back to our real life, we too live in the map, which is the earth itself where you and me live. We need to eat, we need to have shelter, we need to drink water, and gravity exists. So we also have unique physics that we need to follow, which we can't really break. Let's move on to the next aspect, which is character customization. Whenever you're starting a new game, at least certain games which you start, right before the game begins, you can do character customizations. You can pick a unique hairstyle, you can change the color of the eye, you can maybe change the lip, and you can customize your own character. Our real life is similar as well, but there's one big catch. So in the games, you, the player, had the choice to customize your character, but in real life, you actually don't have choice. All of your choices are pre-made by your DNA. So your skin color, your eye color, the way how your lips should look, it's all in your DNA. There are even a few of us that possess certain special abilities. Some people, for example, have special eyesight which allows them to view better underwater, which is amazing. So far we have covered the map and we have covered character customization. But what actually makes a game really fun? Well, we need problems, we need character development, we need plot, well, we need the story. So that's our next section. Every game seems to have a story. For example, in Pac-Man, the story revolves around eating all the Pac dots. While you're being chased by monsters, you need to constantly go through different tunnels to dodge them. You can use different power-ups which give you different abilities. And your story evolves around solving different puzzles. In bigger games, the stories are more closer to how our real life is. The characters have big life crises and big life problems, and they need to solve them. So they have certain main quests that they need to follow, which helps to complete their storyline. And there are also several side quests which we need to do as those main characters to unlock certain armor, certain weapons, or certain abilities. Just like video games, our life also seems to have certain stories. We also have main quests and we also have side quests that we do all the time. We may need to find our inner callings, our passion, our existential crisis. Yet there are differences between those stories in those games and between our real life. And those differences is in the way how our lives are structured. So in games, we can have different type of point of views, and we can even change between the characters to experience the story from different perspective. But our real life is not the same. We are stuck in our own POV. We can't really change our character, and that's just the way how our story works. So we all are the main character in our own life stories, and that's a unique thing about our real life, which video games don't really have. They do have a clearly defined main character, but here everyone is a main character. Moving on, in games we make progressions by doing main quests and by doing side quests. So let's take a look at these main quests and side quests and see how that relates to our own real life as well. The main quest is something which revolves around the central problem or central theme which the main character in the game tends to struggle with. There's some big problem in his world or his life or life of people he likes, and that main character needs to go there and fix that in order to end his main quest. It could be a series of problems, but they tend to revolve around a central theme or a central bigger problem. For example, in Zelda, the main character Link needs to rescue the princess. That's his main quest. But in order to fulfill this main quest, he needs to do several things. He needs to become strong, he needs to unlock certain ability, he needs to travel around the world, finally face his nemesis, and he needs to fight so many damn enemies. This same thing also applies to our own life as well. Whenever we set out to do different things, whenever we define goals for ourselves, we need to face several enemies, both within, both outside. It could be challenges, complex problems to solve, or actual real enemies in terms of maybe tasks, work, challenges, or even people. So for example, just to make this YouTube video, I had to learn so many things. I had to learn photography, videography, some graphic design, video editing, video shooting, recording, among many other concepts. And it's just one video, and I'm just starting my journey. Imagine how many challenges and hurdles I would need to overcome in order to accomplish my own main quests, which is YouTube in this case, at least currently in my life. Moving on to the things that complement the main quest, the side quests. Side quests is also very important for our stories and also inside games as well. So let's explore. So side quests are really important in any game. So for example, in The Legend of Zelda, our main character Link needs to do a lot of side quests. And these side quests give him access to different areas. Like maybe he can't enter a certain city if he doesn't do certain side quests. And these side quests helps him understand what's really happening in his world, and he can maybe unlock certain armors, he can get certain weapons and certain sword, which if you have played, you know, with sword. In the end, all of these side quests eventually help him fight his main nemesis and actually end his main quest and his storyline. So our real life is similar as well. We also have many side quests. It could be a cooking side quest. Doing those cooking side quests will help to not only level up our cooking skills, but it also gives us access to nutritious food, help us to take better care of our bodies and to stay away from diseases. These side quests can also boost our stats as well. You can boost your risk levels, you can boost your intelligence, you can boost your creativity levels, you can increase your tolerance or resistance to certain diseases, and increase your life expectancy, and among many other benefits. So far, we have seen many different parallels between a game and between real life. This approach to seeing life as a video game, I think it has certain benefits. So let's take a look at the benefits of the gamification of life. So the main benefit I feel which it does is that it makes you more pragmatic and realistic when you view your own life. The first thing, you realize that you only have one life at it. You can't really respawn. The second thing is that since you only have one life, you also have very limited time in that life. Life is very short and precious. So since time is limited, it means only a few things can be done in life. Not everything can be done. If you make really big goals, it actually might not be possible because time itself would be too less for you, even if you can accomplish those goals. And what this further teaches me is that some things actually need to be prioritized since life is small and since time is less, like health. It is crucial to prioritize health. Let me give you my personal example. If I view myself as a character in the game, I can see my stats very objectively. So I have my strengths and I also have my weaknesses as well. My weaknesses include things like, for example, I am unfit, I might not look like it, but I'm gaining weight and I really want to fix it. The other thing is that my finances are not that strong. I cannot travel around the world as I please. I'm not living the life that I want. So that's the second thing. The third thing, which is a weakness, is my social needs. I'm not successful with friendships and I'm also not successful romantically as well. And I really do want to settle down with someone, and I don't like being lonely and also not having as many friends. Anyway, so on the flip side, I can also look at my strengths. For example, I might have intelligence, I can learn things fast. I also have creativity, so I can do artistic things or at least understand them fast. And thirdly, I have adaptability. I'm willing to listen, willing to get critique, willing to learn, and willing to grow. So I can use my strengths to, in a way, to overcome my weaknesses. So the health stat I can improve by doing more exercise and by taking better care of myself and by eating better food. The other stat I can improve by, for example, by doing YouTube, by offering art commissions, and by doing other business things. So I can probably improve that. And the third stat I can improve by is by changing my environment and going in a different place and by meeting more like-minded people, and also by focusing on my own personal growth as well. So as I will grow, I will naturally tend to meet people who are more like me, so I can slowly form friendships and resolve my problem with deeper friendships, and also my problem with not being able to find a romantic match for myself. So in this way, I can fix my problems and then using my strengths in order to improve or try to hack my way to win this life. So this moves us to the last section of our video. So what exactly seems to be the purpose of this game of life? In video games, our purpose are very clear. So in the case of Link, he needs to rescue Zelda every single time. And that's when his story starts. In other games, you can have different objectives or different goals and different plot lines. But what about our own life? What is the purpose of this game of life for me, for you, for others? Well, I think it varies from person to person, and I'm going to share you my opinion. I think as a character in this game, I need to grow the most, grow and become my best version, and I want to max out my stats, do as many main quests as possible and several side quests as I can to become the best version of myself. Because from what I understand, the purpose of life to me is just to live. So I want to live my life to my max, and that's the purpose of life for me. So this concludes our video. I hope you enjoyed the parallels I made between a game and between our real life. So see you next time. Mwah.